This is lesson 1.6, solving two-step equations. We are going to go over the warm-ups because you should already know how to solve one-step equations. You should actually already know how to solve two-step equations, but we're going to review it. So go ahead and pause the video and do numbers 1 through 6, and then start the video and let's see how you do. Okay. In order to solve an equation, you have to undo it. You have to get the letter all by itself. So I want this A to be by itself, this X, this N, this X, this Y, this X. I want all those things to be by themselves on one side of the equal sign. So the first thing I do is I draw a line at the equal sign. Then I ask what's going on between the letter I want by itself and the number I have to move. Well, this is division. How do you undo division? Multiplication. So I multiply both sides by the number. My 5's cancel. A equals 30. That is because 30 divided by 5 equals 6. Number 2, line at the equal sign. This is subtraction. It is not subtraction because you see a minus sign. It's subtraction because the X is positive and the 2 is negative. X is a number, I just don't know what it is yet. So now I need to do the opposite, add 2 to both sides. X equals 7. Again, division. Now, which number does this negative sign go with? Well, it goes with either one, but I'm going to put it with the 2. This way I get rid of the negative right away. Multiply both sides by negative 2. Line at the equal sign. Negative 2's cancel. N equals positive 18 because a negative and a negative is a positive. Number 4, I have multiplication. How do you undo multiplication? You divide. You multiply and divide by the exact same number. You add and subtract by the opposite number. So X equals negative 5. One of these numbers is negative, so my answer has to be negative. Here, it does not matter which side your letter is on. You do the exact same thing. First step, line at the equal sign. I have to move the positive 2, so that means I subtract 2 to both sides. Negative 9 equals Y. Over here, I'm going to divide by 99. Now you have to be careful here. 9 divided by 99 is not 11. Anytime the big number is on bottom of your fraction, the denominator, you will not have an integer. You will have a fraction. 9 goes into both these numbers. 9 goes into 9 1 times. 9 goes into 99 11 times. So 1 over 11 equals X. Okay? Okay, now we're going to talk about two-step equations. Again, we have to do the same thing. We have to isolate the letter. The letter has to be all by itself. So here, we do the same thing. Line at the equal sign. Now, we always want to get rid of the constant first. The constant is the number without a letter. So always get rid of the constant first. Because I put a box around the constant and the sign to the left, it makes it easier for me to identify. This is a positive 4. I have to do the opposite to move it to the other side. So that means I have to subtract 4 to both sides. 5x equals 25. Now I divide both sides by 5 because I got to get rid of the 5, and that's multiplication, opposite of division. X equals 5. 5 over 5 is 1, 1x, and x are the same thing. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and do number 2, and then we'll check to see if you got the right answer. Okay, again, line at the equal sign. I'm going to add 6. Negative 2x equals 20. Divide both sides by 2. I'm sorry, negative 2. Divide by the exact same number. X equals negative 10. Okay, you should be able to do 3 and 4 on your own. If I want to check my answer, it's very simple. I take this problem right here. I know x equals -10. So I go -2 parentheses minus 6 equals 14. What goes inside my parentheses? That's right. I don't have a lot of room, but I'll squeeze -10 in there. -2 times -10 is +20. Minus 6 equals 14. 20 minus 6 does equal 14. That means this is the correct answer. That's how I would check. You should be able to do 5, 6, and 7, and 8 on your own. Let's look at number 12. Number 12 is a fraction, but that's okay. We're going to do the same thing. Line at the equal sign. Notice how I put a box around my constant and the sign. That's a -1. So I'm going to go +1. These cancel. 2/3 x equals 14. How do I get rid of this fraction? Well, I'm going to show you the easiest way to get rid of the fraction. I take the bottom number of my fraction and I multiply both sides by the bottom number of my fraction. 3's cancel. 2x equals 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So 14 times 3 is 42. I now divide both sides by 2. How many times does 2 go into 42? 21 times. So x equals 21. Okay? Okay, so that means you should be able to do 13 and 14. Well, looks like that's it. All right. If you have any questions, please feel free to come in and see me. Have a nice day.